This is the Stories from the Subconscious podcast, a podcast that dares to challenge belief systems through the simple practice of storytelling. Because the truth is, we only know what we know. And when we hear trustworthy and inspiring stories, it allows the inner mind to naturally begin to ask the question, could that be possible for me too? I'm your host, Mae Deevy. Join me as we adopt expansive belief systems and celebrate the stories of those who dare to seek beyond what they once knew possible. Together, let's explore stories from the subconscious. Welcome back to another fabulous episode of the Stories from the Subconscious podcast. I'm your host, Mae Deevy, and I was really trying to see how fast I could say that, and I think I did a pretty good job. So today's episode is another mini episode designed to provide you value in a short amount of time because we all are busy people, and yet that does not mean that we don't have enough time to dedicate a little bit of love to ourselves and therefore to our subconscious mind. So I want to dive right in to this nugget, but before I do, I can't miss this opportunity to plug once again our book club because this really is something that's so special and important. We are reading Rumi's Little Book of Life in December and January, stepping into 2023. And it's a book of 196 poems about the human design and about nature and about life and honoring all of the light and the shadows that put it all together. And I can tell you this, that for me, it's not easy to be a consistent reader. However, my percentage of likelihood of completing a book goes up considerably when I know that there is accountability or that I'm showing up for someone else as well, which is why the Consciousness Seekers Book Club exists out on our Patreon community, patreon.com/belief system. So I'd love to invite you out to read these 196 Rumi poems with us throughout December and January. And our book club ends with a hypnosis session so that we can allow these beautiful seeds, these floral language and gentle shifts of perspective into the subconscious mind so that we can begin to have that reflected into our outer world, stemming from the inner world. All right, that's my plug. Thank you for listening. Now, here is our golden nugget for today. Have you ever heard the expression, to try is to fail? What the heck? I never understood that expression as a child. And yet now it's all I can hear when I hear the word try in either one of my sentences or in something that someone else says. In fact, if you work with me from a coaching or a hypnotist perspective, you will likely hear me gently and lovingly point out when you say the word try to me. And I oftentimes will hear it in something like this. I'm really trying to change myself right now. And I will lovingly pause that person in that phrase and I say, you're not trying, you're doing. Allowing them to change that sentence from I'm trying to change myself right now to I am changing myself right now. And those are two very, very different sentences because the truth is to try is to fail. When we use the word try, and this is such an interesting way that the mind works, we're already implying that we're going to fail. We're already implying that we're not going to do it. And here is the perfect golden nugget to listen for this in your daily life. Let's say you have a birthday party and you invite someone to the birthday party and their response is, I'm going to try to make it. How confident do you feel that they are going to come to your birthday party? Yeah, I'm going to try to make it. That feels like a 15% confident level for me. Because really, it's almost like there's a second half to that sentence that's going unspoken. And the second half to that sentence is, I'm going to try to make it, but there's no guarantees and I probably won't be able to. there's like a missing but and an excuse that's already waiting in the wings, ready to come out as to why they cannot make it to your birthday party. And we all do it. I mean, I'm using you, but it's also me, trust me. All of these language hacks I hear in my own language, and I will pause myself when I catch them and I say, let me rephrase that, because I am also reprogramming my mind. So you'll oftentimes hear, I'm trying, or I try my best. And as you begin to hear try and trying and tried, I tried to do it, but it just didn't work. Okay. As we begin to hear try in these sentences, also begin to hear that there's already a but that we're almost all waiting on to give the excuse as to why it didn't work. And why didn't it work? Because your reticular activating system was already intending for it to not work. And its only intention is to prove you right. And so the right thing to do is for that thing to not work so that you can somehow be right, even though you tried. If at first you don't succeed, try again. No, I don't think so. If at first you don't succeed, just do. And again, this, as well as the previous example of our golden nugget of using the word don't, or not using the word don't, this is another invitation to be impeccable with your word. So going back to this example of the birthday party, this is if someone asks you, hey, I'd love to have you to my birthday party on Saturday. And your response is, I'm going to try to make it. Or maybe you say, I'm really going to try to make it. It still is implying that you're not going to. How can we respond better, more clearly, more intentionally? What if the response was something like, I'm not able to commit right now. Can I get back to you? Because the truth is, to try is not the same as to do. To try is not the same as to do. So my invitation to you and to myself is to listen for the word try, trying, tried, and seek alternative ways to describe what is happening, to allow in impeccability into your word so that you can hold true to what is actually true. Does that make sense? Oh, I love this one. It is so juicy because holy crap, do we all say, I'm going to try to make it. I really tried to like that. No, I am going to try my hardest. We try all over the place. And when we start to plant this seed of noticing when try comes out, oh my goodness, do we notice how frequently we try? So my invitation is to you, eliminate try and welcome in do. I hope you enjoyed today's golden subconscious nugget, and I would love to hear how it has impacted your world, your thoughts, or your approach to life as the seed begins to blossom in the subconscious mind of yours. That's all I've got for you today. Sending you big love, lots of hugs, and you know what to do. Ciao for now. This has been another fabulous episode of the Stories from the Subconscious podcast. For more podcast goodies, hypnosis offerings, even a consciousness expanding book club, and so much more, visit patreon.com/beliefsystem. And finally, I know you know, the thing about stories is that the more that they are shared, the more powerful they become. So please share this episode or leave a review of what resonated with you most, because you never know who you may help in the process. Until next time, storytellers, stay curious.